Welcome back to Soundbite on FEC TV. In this half hour, we're going to talk a little bit about what's happening globally in the world of music. So we're going to give you some bullet points on some news that's happening, and then we'll finish off with our interview with Beardy Man.
Yeah, and that interview is absolutely amazing, so definitely do stay tuned for that. But first and foremost, Gangnam Style. What the feck is Gangnam Style?
I'd never even heard of Gangnam Style until today, which I actually find really amazing because it's had the most YouTube hits ever from any other video. And I watched it today and I don't really get it, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay, Jess. I'd say you're not the only person, but there are 780 million views on it. It's actually after getting into the Guinness World Book of Records for getting the most likes on YouTube, okay? So if you haven't checked out this video, do check it out. It's by an artist called Psy. He's from Korea, and he's part of what's called K-pop. K-pop is like Korean pop, and it's just a really interesting style. This guy has had 6 albums out.
6 albums out?
6 albums, and this is, you know, a track from his 6th album, and he's just after uploading it, and it just took off all over the internet, went totally viral.
How long has it been up?
It's been up since July, I think.
July, okay.
So it did take a little bit of a while to get to this side of the world, but I'll tell you the extent it's after getting now. Everyone's learning the dance. The dance is really particular, really funny. Kind of like a horsey style dance, you know?
A horsey style dance?
A horsey style dance.
What do you mean, like a horsey style?
Yeah, a bit of a gallop in it, like, you know, you can tell he's been practicing. But yeah, it's really kind of interesting dance, but the video, you know, there's just something endearing about him. It's really cheesy kind of dance tune.
He looks a bit plastic to me.
Yeah.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah, he kind of does, but maybe that's the Korean look, I don't really know. But also he's mad to be, you know, a pop star and do something for the K-pop kind of thing as well, you know.
K-pop.
So yeah, exactly. He's really just, you know, been flown all over the world. He's after performing it in, like, I think it was last week, 2 weeks ago, in the American Music Awards with none other than Madonna. So
did Madonna do the dance?
Madonna did the dance, yeah. Oh my God, it was absolutely amazing. Like, you know, it's really after taking off. And in my own head, you know, I know it's cheesy. I know that it's, you know, a bit kind of a mad video, but there's just something about it that lacks total pretension. As one of my friends pointed out to me recently, you know, a lot of music these days that kind of just, you know, it's kind of has so much meaning behind it. And not saying this doesn't, but, you know, he's really just giving it socks and is just going all out there with it.
And why the name Gangnam Style? Where did that come from?
Gangnam Style. Well, Gangnam is actually it's a region of Korea. Okay. And your man Psy, he actually describes it as the kind of Hollywood of Korea. Okay. So yeah, it's like actually
pretentiousville of Korea.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So one of the lines. Yeah, exactly. Like one of the lines is "Open Gangnam Style." So that actually means your brother is Gangnam Style, you know. But yeah, it's just kind of an interesting take on pop, and you know, it's really fun, not one bit pretentious, and something that you can definitely dance to. So do check it out.
And learn the dance.
Yeah.
And everybody doing the dance on YouTube.
I know, yeah.
There's something I read about actually in a blog today about that Obama was going to learn how to do the dance.
No way.
I don't know how true that is, but apparently Obama was going to get Gangnam Style. So.
Would you pay to see that?
No.
Yeah. I think I would.
No, I don't think I'd be arsed, to be honest.
Well, there's a lot of really funny stuff going on in the music world at the moment.
Yeah, we were looking at bits of news actually this week. And the one that caught my eye with the music news was the Flaming Lip star Wayne Coyne. He was recently travelling through Oklahoma. He'd been in Oklahoma, I think he was gigging over there. So he was travelling through, so he went to the airport with his little, you know, carry-on bag, as you do, to go through, straight from a party apparently. So at the security desk, he got held up. They scanned his bag, they realised that he actually had a grenade in his carry-on luggage. So he caused absolute mayhem at the security desk, I'm sure you can imagine, with a grenade in his bag. So the bomb squad guy was actually off that day. It was his day off. So they had to call him in. They had to completely shut down the whole security in Oklahoma airport. And the bomb guy had to go through the whole suitcase. So they got the grenade anyway, and they found it. And the grenade was like spray painted gold, and it had a massive hole in the bottom. So it was obvious that it wasn't active, but just I suppose for security purposes they had to do it. So anyway, the whole place was at standstill for about 3 hours. Everybody missed their flight coming through Oklahoma. And yeah, so he wasn't very well liked after that. But he did put on a little tweet, fair play to him. He did tweet to say sorry to everybody that had missed their flights in Oklahoma. Apparently there was over $1,000 worth of flights that people had to actually pay to get their flights after. Yeah, Mr. Cohn.
He must have been so embarrassed. Can you imagine?
I would be a little bit mortified, all right, yeah. But the funniest thing about it was when he was at the party, he saw the grenade in the party and asked the guy if he could keep the grenade, and the guy said, yeah, of course you can, take it away with you there. And yeah, caused havoc. So
I'd say he must have had a few drinks in him, did he?
I think he came straight from the party, to be honest with you. So he probably didn't even realise that he couldn't take a grenade shell through.
That's
security,
that's definitely not the first mistake that's been made this week in the music world. Tell us about Susan Boyle.
Oh, Subo, our lovely Susan Boyle, the country sweetheart, the nation's sweetheart. She released an album last week. She released an album last week. The album's actually called A Standing Ovation. So her PR team obviously put together all the new media to try and promote and plug her, it's a funny word for what I'm about to say, to try and plug her new album. So they put on a Twitter feed. So they actually were doing an album launch party. So everybody was going to come to Subo's party and the album was going to be launched. So they actually said hashtag Susan Album Party on Twitter. But when you actually read it, it's hashtag Sue Anal Bum Party. So she had a lot of feedback. A lot of people were commenting on her tweets. She created so much publicity by this little stunt. Her album's actually at number 5 at the moment.
Wow.
So whether it was a mistake now or not, I don't think it was a mistake at all, to be honest with you. I think it's a very intelligent, genius way to plug Subo's album. Yeah, so it seemed to have worked for her. So
Wow, that's amazing. But I hope that she felt okay about it. You know, like in fairness.
I don't think Subo really knows what's going on half the time anyway, though, do you? I think she kind of just goes along with it. God love her.
Well, hopefully she's having a great experience and a great laugh as well. That's the main thing, really.
Yeah, I hope so, yeah. Poor old Subo.
And other adventurers in the music scene, Snoop Lion, as he's now known, he's really taken a fancy to a certain football team.
Oh, yeah, that's right, wasn't it? He went to watch no, he didn't even watch the game. Celtic versus Barcelona highlights. Snoop Dogg / Snoop Lion went to just watch the highlights and decided that he wants to invest in Celtic Football Club.
Wow.
So, yeah, he was going to throw in a few quid. He said he really wants to go and sit, you know, with the managers and with the whole team when they're planning their strategies, because he actually coaches his son's soccer team in LA. So he knows his stuff, you know what I mean? So he wants to go and sit in with Celtic anyway and Neil Lennon and plan what's going to happen with the Celtic football team. He said he wants to bring a little bit of Snoop to the mix. So we'll see what happens with Snoop Dogg. And he has recently changed his name to Snoop Lion. Yeah. He's gone all reggae on us now. And he's released a new song called La 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 La. And that's actually been out there for the last couple of weeks, I think. So
okay, I must
check out La 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 La. Yeah.
Definitely. Can you imagine going to a match and Snoop Dogg coaching one of the teams? Like, even if it was just loads of children, like, I'd still be there just with my mouth open, staring at him, you know? You can imagine him kind of rapping at the kids, like, you know, giving them their instructions.
I know, I don't think that it would work really, especially the Glaswegian accent and Snoop in the mix.
I know, yeah. Well, fair play to him for giving it a shot, I suppose.
We'll see if he goes through with it now anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
It's funny, one to watch anyway, definitely is Snoop Lion.
So, in other music news, I'm really delighted that Björk has recovered. She was very sick there recently.
What was wrong with her?
She had to cancel half her tour at the end of the year. She brought out an album there, I think it was maybe about 6 to 8 months ago, called Biophilia. And she worked really, really hard on this album, got loads of different instruments made for it, specifically for the live show.
Instruments made for it?
She got different instruments kind of manufactured for the sounds she wanted to make, used loads of different programs.
She's quite quirky, all right, Björk, isn't she?
Yeah, no, she's definitely a character, without a doubt. She's a character, you know.
So what kind of instruments, like, describe them?
I couldn't really go into too much detail about them because I don't really know that much about them, really.
Is it something like a piano organ or something?
Yeah, she actually got one, it's like a piano, but she actually got it all hooked up to be a MIDI controller as well, so that you can actually use it with different programs as well. But she got it done in a really specific way. I think that it's hooked up to all these different kind of chimes or something like that. There's loads of tutorials and videos online if you want to check it out.
On YouTube, is it?
Yeah, really innovative stuff. But yeah, she was actually quite sick. She had stuff to do with her vocal cords. It's called polyps, I think. So
the way that she sings, though, I mean, come on, it had to like damage her voice at some time. Do you remember that quiet one? That was the only one I really know from Björk, was the first one. She was squealing around the stage.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, no, I suppose she really did work herself really hard as well. But she was trying all these natural methods. They didn't really seem to do the job. So she went to surgery, made an announcement recently, and the announcement was, look, the surgery actually worked. I'm back in action. So this is amazing because she's got so much stuff planned. She's doing a documentary with David Attenborough from the BBC documentaries.
That's definitely something to watch.
Definitely. Can you imagine the two of them? They're both legends anyway, but what they're going to do together will just be amazing. He's going to be talking about how animals are affected by sound, and she's going to be talking about how nature has influenced her music and how she's brought in different aspects of nature into her music. So for example, there's a song of hers, I think it's called Thunderbolt or something, and it's actually, the timing is based around, you know, the difference between the space and time between thunder and lightning.
Oh, right, you could count it, and that's how many miles away it is, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. So, you know, this is a big influence of hers. So she's.
And what's David Attenborough going to be doing while she's...
Well, they're both working, producing it together and making it, so I think
that sounds hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know what way it'll be like, but it'll be out, I think, in the next few months. It was supposed to be aired in November, which is this month, obviously, but I'm not too sure. I haven't heard too much about it since.
That's definitely something to look out for anyway.
Yeah, without
Bjork
a
and
doubt.
David Attenborough.
Yeah, I know, yeah. So keep your eyes peeled for that, and we'll have it all up on fecktv.com as well. So, you know, we've got loads of global news on that, so do keep checking that for articles.
Perfect.
But in other news as well, do you like the 80s, Jess?
No.
Not a big fan of the 80s?
Not really, no.
Yeah, I know.
I enjoyed the 80s because I was only quite young, you know, it was kind of before I was 10 years old. But no, I've never really been into 80s music at all, to be totally honest.
Yeah, no, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, there's a lot of people now who wouldn't be that into it. Personally, I do like some of the sounds out of it. I used to work in a nightclub, and the 80s nights were generally some of the best nights that were inside there as well. But this guy, I think you might have seen the movie, it's called Drive. He did a soundtrack for it, or he did one of the songs on the soundtrack
Drive,
for it.
is that like a Too Fast and Too Furious kind of a movie?
Yeah, it's a bit similar.
Or
it was
like
out
really cool cars and hot chicks.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
really cool cars, but it's got a really good script to it, and it's just really good movie actually. But the soundtrack is absolutely amazing, and this artist called College did one of the tracks, so do check out College. He's a French producer called David Greliard, I think. But yeah, he's after making loads of really nice 80s synth pop. And one of the amazing things about him is he's really reviving the 80s, because he started a blog, I think it was in 2007, and it was called the Valerie blog, and it was for anybody.
Valerie blog.
Valerie blog, and for anybody who's interested in 80s culture, 80s pop music, anything like that. So basically what he's done through this blog is him and loads of different artists and musicians, they've all combined their love for the 80s and made this big super group called Valerie, which focuses on 80s music. So if you're into your 80s stuff, check out Valerie and check out College.
Anything at all on that website, I suppose. Anything 80s would be on that website.
Anything 80s, yeah. Even all the artwork for their albums is really 80s.
Okay, cool. I'm sure a lot of people would be interested in that.
Definitely, without a doubt. So there's some super strange things going on. Have you heard about R. Kelly's Trapped in the Closet?
No, I haven't heard anything about that, I don't think, no.
It's amazing. It's one of those things you're either going to love it or hate it, but it's
R. Kelly
hilarious.
is trapped in the closet.
Yeah, I think they did a piss take on South Park there a few weeks back, or a few months back. I think it might have been last season or something.
Okay.
But it's really funny. It's R. Kelly does this drama. Now, when I say drama, I mean drama. It's got this soft lighting, really dramatic scenes, all about wives cheating, you know, everybody's getting really kind of emotional and stuff. But the thing is, R. Kelly is singing all the script, as in, you know, the acting is being taking place, but he's singing every single part of it. You know, it's different lyrics, obviously, but the tune is the same, the melody is the same. And there's 23 episodes of
23 episodes of this?
Yeah.
And who watches this?
I think people who are just kind of like, what the hell is he doing? This is a bit mad.
That is absolutely insane. So
it's hilarious. It's never been done before, so I think that's the kind of intriguing bit of it.
Is it just him singing is it just him singing for every episode?
Him singing.
Just him, he's the only character?
But the acting is going on in the videos, but it's just like, it's a bit mad, but it's just so funny, some of the situations they get themselves in, and, you know, all to the same beat of it all, you know, so.
Sounds crazy.
Yeah, he's a bit of a mad bastard, I'd imagine. He arrived at the premiere for his new show in all black and red leather gloves, so, you know.
He's the I Believe I Can Fly guy, isn't he, R. Kelly? Okay.
He is, yeah.
From all those years ago, that Space Jam film, that's how I can remember R. Kelly.
Yeah.
And now he's doing his own little dramas, 23 different episodes, right, okay.
Yeah, so do check that out, it's amazing, really.
We'll keep our eyes peeled for him. We were discussing as well if any people watching have got any mad music videos or anything that they'd like to send in to us. You can send them into jessica@fecttv.com or you can send them into siobhan@fecttv.com.
Yeah.
And what we'll do is we'll get a collection of the videos, we'll go through them ourselves, we'll review them and we'll play them. We can play them on the show for you as well.
Definitely.
So anything kind of quirky or unusual that you come across in your travels that you think we might be interested in, we'd love to see them. So please try and get those into us here.
And as well as that, we're hoping to do a soundbite chart. I know, the charts in Ireland and I suppose the world all over as well. There's so many different charts. There's no,
there's download charts, there's urban charts, there's electronic charts.
Exactly, there's so many different
charts.
So what we're going to do is if you want to send us in your favourite video of any type of music at all, we'll actually just have a look through them and we'll post them up online and you can vote on them yourselves. So then every week we're going to do the top 10 tunes as voted in by the viewers. So it should be really good, and anything at all, even if it's funny, a little bit silly, your own music, whatever you want, a video of your dad singing in the shower, we'll get people to vote on it, don't worry.
If you want to try and do the R. Kelly drama yourself as well, and see how you get on with that.
But that's the funny thing about the R. Kelly thing. I've been doing that, walking around the house, singing all these random little lines to myself in that tune, and I'd say it's not the hardest of things to have written,
I don't think so.
But
I don't think much thought went into it at all, really, to be honest.
But he's making a bit of cash off it, so maybe we should do that.
Probably, yeah. We should
do
try and do
TV style.
Effect TV style in the closet.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would work now, really, to be honest. But sure, yeah, we'll see.
So we're really excited about the Beardy Man interview. That gig was brilliant, wasn't it?
Really, really enjoyed that, actually. I've been to a few beatboxing gigs and I've actually seen Beardy Man. I saw him in Park Life 2 years ago. But his new style now that he has come up with, he's moving slightly away from the beatboxing, but he still keeps elements of it in his set. But he was working more towards the technologies that he uses and how he makes his sounds and how he makes his synths, and that was kind of more the route that he was going down with the gig. But it was brilliant. The gig was sold out. Really, really good atmosphere down in there. Absolutely buzzing. And I mean, the PAV anyway is a fantastic venue,
Brilliant, isn't it?
Really, really, really was. So no, we really enjoyed that. Now he was a really cracking character.
Yeah, no, he really was, and he was mad up for the crack as well.
Yeah.
So if you do get the chance to go see him, definitely do. I think he's doing a tour at the moment, is he?
Yeah, he's doing a tour at the moment. I believe he's actually going to Germany, France, and then Germany, and he's moving about because he's got his whole new show put together now. So he's going to be touring that whole show. He'll be in Australia, he'll be all over the place. But if you check him out at beardyman.com, you'll see all the dates and stuff and whatever he has coming up.
Yeah, he's got some really cool videos that are coming up as well, so keep an eye out for them.
Even the old videos, just to go back and watch those, they're absolutely fantastic. Like you can really kind of get a feel for what he does. So.
Yeah, definitely.
But no, he's a nice guy, and he was trying to take off the Irish accent.
Yeah,
he wanted to learn a couple of Cork words as well, a bit of Cork slang, asking us about langers, and he was at the end, that's the job. Yeah, he was a really cool guy.
Yeah.
It was good, we enjoyed that.
So I'd say we're going to roll that video now, so do definitely enjoy that and tune in to us next week. We'll be on Sunday at 10 p.m. I'm
in the Pavilion nightclub in Cork, and I am joined with the one and only Beardy Man. Welcome to Cork, Beardy Man. What's the crack with you?
It's all good. I'm standing in a stairwell and we're just chilling.
So you're getting that little bit of smell of arse as well, same as me?
Not so much arse, more damp. I think that it might smell of arse later when all the arses get in
when
here.
the arses get in here.
There will be a lot of arses.
So
400 arses, 800 cheeks.
Sold out gig tonight then in the Pavilion.
Yeah.
Nice one, well done. Perfect.
Yeah, thanks.
So with the beatboxing thing, obviously it's quite an unusual field to be in. What made you dedicate your life to beatboxing?
I suppose I chose beatbox as a thing to do because all the other things that I can do, I can't do very well. So I was left with no choice. But I didn't really think that I'd ever be able to make it in the music industry because it's very hard. You either have to be, vacuous and good looking and a good dancer, or you have to be really good. I know. Or you have to be like really, prodigiously talented at a particular thing. But I think I found a way in by sort of focusing on turning my ADD into an act.
So you are obviously quite a bit of a tech head anyway, as we can establish. You are.
I'm like an amateur tech head.
So you have created something called the Beardatron 5000, is that right?
Well, the Beardatron 5000 is a it's a hosting environment for VSTs, which are these little plugins.
VSTs.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with STDs. VSTs.
Definitely
okay.
very different
Cool.
to STDs. Much better. Make better sounds.
Good, good.
It's it's a work in progress. It
Okay.
hosts audio plugins, and it is a looper, sort of a next level looper that's just kind of does everything that every other looper does and more. And it's got a whole bunch of effects in it, which are based on this thing called Tornado, which is a amazing multi-effect plugin by a company called Sugarbytes.
So is it like
I need to big up because they've helped me loads to build it.
Perfect. So do you think that in a few years' time you're actually going to move away from beatboxing yourself and just focus on getting this product to market? If this product goes well and you sell it and it's going on everywhere, do you think you'll still need to beatbox?
I got into all this beatbox stuff when I was a younger man, and I've always thought it's a young man's game. It's a silly way to spend your time, sort of battling. I mean, beatbox battles are ridiculous. They're stupid. Like they look funny, they sound funny, and I played on that when I was doing them, and I sort of, you know, sent the thing up as I did it, and it was kind of treated it as a comedy set as well as a, you know, as whatever else. So yeah, I'm not massively enamoured by the idea of beatbox as a sort of practice in itself, but I mean, I'll always do it, I think, during my sets in parts just to lay down beats because it's convenient to do so, and it's a shame to waste it. And also, I get people coming to my shows all the time who are pissed off that I don't beatbox as much as they might hope.
Thank you very much, Beardy Man. You've been watching Feck TV. My name is Jessica, and this is the end of the Soundbite Music Show. We'll see you next week.